Are you attending this interview with SNM? Is the first exposure to the academy, or you have come to the academy before?
Sir, I've talked to ma'am earlier, but it is the first time I'm coming to the academy.
And you belong to Simla.
Yes, sir.
Where is this borough? It is below Saror.
Yes, sir.
And Kamlananda is near Sanjoli.
Sir, the Bhattakufar side, the bypass side.
What is the meaning of Bhattakufar?
Sir,
Why you call it Bhattakufar?
Sir, I'm not completely sure, but sir, there is a flat ground there. I think sir, it is.
Pahadi language, some water body or something called Kufar.
Sir, Kufar is like sir a water. Kufar. Sir, small depression where water is collected. Kufar.
Automatic natural collection.
Yes, sir.
I was going through your hobbies. They'll come to the technical part later. Right. In this academic column number 7, you have filled that subject is computer science engineering.
Yes, sir.
It is a degree or the subjects?
Sir, it is a degree.
So while filling the form there,
Yes, sir.
you have to remain meticulous.
Yes, sir.
Right. Don't fill it casual. I think same form there.
Absolutely the same form.
Because they have asked for the subjects, not the degree you have. That is in the exam pass.
Yes, sir.
You play chess. At
Yes,
what
sir.
level have you played chess?
Sir, mostly sir online chess. So I have not played competitively, but sir I play online chess. Sir. Mostly for sir time pass purpose, sir, not competitively. Sir.
How many rows and columns are there in chessboard?
Sir, there are 8 rows and 8 columns.
And another is listening to Pahadi folk music.
Yes, sir.
Who is the top singer of, your favorite singer of Pahadi?
Sir, there are many, but sir, I think sir Kuldeep Sharma is my.
Comes from which place?
Sir, he comes from the Mandri. It is in Thiok, sir.
Because you come from Borok, so you like folk singer, for any other specific reason?
No, sir.
Liking.
I'm able to understand the language more better, sir. Yes, sir.
What is esports?
Sir, esports also electronic sports. It is a kind of sport which we play with an electronic device. For example, a computer, mobile device. Sir.
You have kept column 17, 18 unfilled. Reason? Why you are so casual about while filling these forms? Column number 17, 18, you belong to any prescribed reserve category of Majid?
Sorry, sir, I must have missed it. Sorry, sir.
You have to be very careful and meticulous while filling the form.
Sir,
Right?
sir, I will improve it, sir.
What would be your first preference? What preference you have given?
Sir, first would be the Himachal Administrative Services. Secondly, sir, Tehsildar. Thirdly, sir, Block Development Officer. Sir, fourthly, District Panchayat Officer. And lastly, sir, Treasury Officer.
District Treasury.
Yes, sir.
District Treasury Officer or?
Sir, simple sir, Treasury Officer. Yes.
What are you doing? Have you worked somewhere or you have not worked so far?
No, sir. So, I completed my BTech in December 2020, sir. So, due to the COVID pandemic, sir, the placement that usually take place in 7th or 8th semester, so they didn't take place, sir, at that time. Because
When you write Himachal Pradesh University, which was the institute you joined for your BTech?
Sir, the University Institute of Technology.
UIA.
Yes, sir. It falls under the HPU itself, sir.
And you were staying in the hostel?
No, sir. I was a day scholar, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
because you were living in Central.
Yes, sir.
Neeraj, are you well versed with the current affairs happening around you?
Sir, I think I would, sir.
So something is happening in Sudan.
Yes, sir.
So can you elaborate
Yes,
about
sir.
what is happening there?
Yes, sir. Sir, Sudan, its capital Khartoum. So there has been a conflict between the army and the paramilitary forces. So before, when there was a coup against the government, because the democratically elected government was ousted by the military rulers. But sir, firstly they were they were cooperating with each other during the coup time. So, but now there is a conflict among the leadership between the paramilitary forces of Sudan and the army itself. Sir.
So what is happening there currently?
Sir, mostly, sir, many of the countries are evacuating their citizens. Sir, India has also launched the Operation Kaveri for evacuating its citizens from Sudan.
Are you aware of the Darfur region there in Sudan?
Darfur is.
Darfur.
Sorry, sir, I haven't read it.
From Sudan, a country has also been taken out about
Yes,
10
sir.
years back, which
Yes,
is the latest member of
Yes,
the United Nations.
Yes, sir.
Which is that country?
South Sudan, sir.
South Sudan.
Yes, sir.
Something very important geographically about the capital of Sudan.
Sir, sir, if I am correct, sir, the Blue Nile and the White Nile, so it merges in the capital of Sudan, sir, Khartoum.
Some conflict is also happening in Armenia and Azerbaijan.
Yes, sir.
Are you aware of it?
Yes, sir. So Armenia and Azerbaijan, so there is a region called as Nagorno-Karabakh. So I don't think, sir, I have the correct pronunciation.
Nagorno-Karabakh.
Nagorno. Yes, sir. So there is a conflict among them because sir, the region is controlled by Azerbaijan, but the region has primarily the Armenian population. So due to which, sir, there is a conflict.
So what is the capital of Azerbaijan?
Sir, can I take a guess, sir?
Sure.
Sir, I think, sir, it is Baku.
It is Baku. Something special about Baku is there?
Sorry, sir.
Something
I'm not-
related to petroleum?
Sorry, sir, I am not aware.
It is called as the petroleum capital of the world.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Dheeraj, there has been a recent World Development Report. Are you aware of the report?
Sorry, sir, I don't think I have read it properly, sir.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Dheeraj, what is lean diabetics?
Lean
Lean diabetics.
diabetes?
Lean diabetics. It has been in news recently.
Okay, sir. Sir, I'm not sure about it, but I think it will be something attributed to like that. Sir, diabetes mostly is associated with obesity. But, sir, as you mentioned, sir, lean obesity, I think, sir, it would mean that if a person is lean, can also be diagnosed with
Are you
diabetes.
taking a guess?
Yes, sir, I'm taking this.
What is transfer pricing?
Sorry, sir.
Are you aware about e-wallets?
Yes, sir. So, for example, sir, I myself use Airtel e-wallet, sir. It can be used for example, sir, FASTag. For
No,
use-
what is an e-wallet?
So, e-wallet is which is used for storing, sir, money online, sir. So that's
Is it a payment aggregation system, or it is different from the payment aggregation system?
sir, I don't think I have read about it.
Dheeraj, there was a bridge by name of Buzi Bridge, which is in news recently, in last 1.5 months. After Morbi, Buzi Bridge has been in news.
Sir,
Have
I
you
have
heard
read
of the
ab-
name?
Sir, I've read about Morbi. Sir, I don't have read about it.
Okay. So,
Dheeraj, I was just glancing through your profile. You said you are a very self-motivating person.
Yes, sir.
So can you just recollect an instance in your life when you felt self-motivating?
Sir, I've successfully attempted 2 times, sir, IIT exam. Sir, but I think, sir, in my life, sir, I've never get bogged down by the failures that I got. I think I try to learn new things from it, sir. Because, sir, I think overall I take a very optimistic look out of my life, sir. Because, sir, I don't think that failures are not worth it. Because, sir, failures are the stepping stones on which we build the path for our success.
And you also mentioned that you have planted 450 fruit trees
Yes, sir.
since last.
Yes, sir.
Was it a part of a campaign, or you did it on your own, or with some
Yes, sir.
self-interest, or what?
Sir,
What prompted you?
sir, since 2017, sir, I've started a small apple orchard, sir.
Mhm.
So our family is also working on it, sir, from 2017. Sir, these 450 trees are apple trees mostly, sir. We are planting it in our orchard, sir. Yes, sir. We are regenerating our orchids, sir. Yes.
Rejuvenated your own, so that you're getting the credit. I thought probably you're in the process of greening the earth. Okay, what lessons you have learned from playing chess?
So mostly, sir, chess is about giving time to something which requires attention. A very large attention span is required. Firstly, sir, I think concentration level, because you need to concentrate at the moves that you have to make. Also, the opponent, which moves the opponent is also making. Secondly, sir, the making of strategy, sir, that how you are going to deceive your opponent, that how you can be deceived by your opponent, and making strategies so that you are able to get an edge. Because, sir, in chess, small edges can also lead to victories. So,
Okay, India is taking a very big aviation leap.
yes, sir.
What's that? Can you just spell it out?
Aviation leaps.
Aviation leap. It's a lead also in a way.
Okay, sir.
So ever since Air India has been
Yes, sir.
owned by the original owner,
Yes, sir.
Tatas,
Yes, sir.
so there is something in the news which is really making India proud and even helping the West also. It's the first deal where West is feeling that we are being benefited. So what's that whole deal? Any idea?
Sir, I'm not totally sure about it, but it has to be something with the commercialization of the airlines. Sir,
Maybe it's the biggest order,
yes, sir. I've read
470
Yes,
aircrafts to
from
both Airbus as
and
well as
Boeing,
Boeing.
sir. Yes, sir.
So it can even go up to 540 also.
Yes, sir.
Do you think that it's going to benefit Himachal also from this angle?
Sir, presently, sir, Himachal being a hill state, so the runway in various airports across Himachal Pradesh, so it is very less because, sir, we are mostly using small aircrafts. And also, sir, it was recently in the news that around, for example, sir, if one has to travel from Chandigarh to Kullu, so the two-way flight costs around 35,000 rupees. Sir, it is more cheaper to travel to Dubai and return back, and it is far more costlier. Sir, it is due to the fact that we have small runways, due to which, sir, larger aircrafts like, sir, the Airbus A380, so they are not able to fly over this route, sir.
How many airports do we have in Himachal?
So firstly is the Gagal Airport, it is in Kangra. Secondly, sir, is the Bhuntar Airport, it is in Kullu. And there is a, sir, Jubilee Airport in Shimla, sir. So,
I hope there's some new international airport is also coming up.
yes, sir.
Where? It's an announcement only, but
Yes, sir.
where is it coming?
Sir, it was proposed to be in Bal in Mandi, but after there was, so the people of Bal are protesting against it, because of the fact that Bal is a very fertile area. So people will be losing their fertile lands due to this. Also, sir, the present government has said that they are also looking into other regions where a lot of people don't have to be evacuated from that area, that fertile area.
Himachal has got kind of a very rich traditional kind of connect, also mythological connects also. Can
Yes.
you recollect one?
So mythological connect, sir, mostly, sir, we believe in a system of gods and goddesses. So Himachal is also called as the land of gods and goddesses. Sir, in every village we have our deity, sir, Gram Devta, Griya Devta. Sir, we also, sir, follow them very religiously, sir.
Dheeraj, you belong to Shikhar district.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you think? What are the major problems and issues that local people, they face in Shikhar district?
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, firstly is the water crisis. It was very highlighted in the news also during the 2018 water crisis. And secondly is the traffic situation in Shimla. Ma'am, because Shimla being a tourist capital, I think it is a tourist capital because many people visit Shimla every year. Ma'am, thirdly, there is the lack of parking spaces. Parking spaces are there. Ma'am, also, recently, ma'am, illegal construction is also in the news because the NGT had given orders for not allowing for two-story plus buildings, and the government is looking for reversing the decision to make it 3+ and also making the attic habitable. And these are the issues.
So don't you think that coming under smart city mission should resolve these issues?
Ma'am, the smart city project has really revolutionized the connectivity in Shimla. Ma'am, the roads have been widened, and there are pedestrian paths built. Ma'am, but I think ma'am, more work has to be done because ma'am, Shimla being a very hilly area, also ma'am, it falls under the fifth category in earthquake hazards. Ma'am, I think more has to be done to ensure that we go for a development which is sustainable in
So
future.
what future projects are in pipeline?
Ma'am, under the smart city project.
Yes.
Ma'am, I live in Sanjoli area. Ma'am, firstly there is a tunnel being built in Sanjoli itself. So it will lead to decongestion of traffic. Secondly, ma'am, there is a footpath being built from IDMC to Sanjoli.
Okay.
Ma'am, there are overhead bridges being built. Also, there is a provision for sewage water treatment under the smart city project.
Any ropeway project also coming in?
Yes, ma'am. There is a ropeway project being built in Lakkad Bazaar to the ridge.
So in Shimla district there are many, as you mentioned, you have also your apple orchard. There are
Ma'am,
family orchard you have.
ma'am, we are starting a new orchard.
You are starting.
Yes, ma'am.
So there are certain crises, even apple growers they also
Yes.
face.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think government of Himachal state has resolved their crisis?
Ma'am, the government is in the process, ma'am, because there was a demand by farmers to make the provision for universal carton. Ma'am, because earlier it used to happen that, ma'am, for example, if a apple carton is coming from USA, ma'am, it will be 20 kgs only. But ma'am, in Himachal Pradesh, ma'am, it is happening that farmers are forced to sell produce to around 30 kgs. Ma'am, the 10 kgs is not, farmers are not given remuneration for it. And the present government has made provisions to make universal carton, in which the apple carton weight will be fixed at 24 kgs. Ma'am, it will lead to more remuneration to the farmers.
This is one step they have
Yes,
taken.
ma'am.
Any other initiative?
Ma'am, secondly, ma'am, there are numerous schemes. Ma'am, the present government has launched Unnati Yojana. It will make agriculture clusters, and there is anti-hill net scheme. Also, ma'am, ma'am, because there is a very high problem of hailstorms, the government is installing anti-hill guns in various places.
Tell me something about Shiv Dham project of Himachal.
Ma'am, the Shiv Dham project, which was sanctioned under the Swadesh Darshan scheme of the government of India, ma'am, it is being built in Mandi. Ma'am, it will improve the complex in Mandi, because Mandi itself is called as sorry, ma'am.
It is Mandi is known as Mini Kashi.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry. Yes, ma'am.
So what is there in Shiv Dham project?
Ma'am, I have only read about it that it will be the Jyotirlings, ma'am, the Bhutnath temple in Mandi will be maintained very properly. This is all.
Tell me something about very unique feature of this current budget of your Himachal government.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, firstly, I think the Sukashri Yojana is there, ma'am. And the government is making provision for the destitute children who lost their parents during the COVID pandemic. And also, ma'am, the government has made a provision of 101 crores as Sukashri Yojana. And secondly is the government is trying to make the Himachal as a e-vehicles state. And there is also a green hydrogen policy for making Himachal green by March 2026.
Dheeraj,
Yes, sir.
you are starting an orchard. So,
Yes, sir.
is there some problem storage of the growers facing some storage problems? Or you see they are just taking the product to the market?
Sir, mostly, sir, because of the storage problem, sir, most of the people are forced to sell in the market. So there creates a situation, sir, there is too much supply and too less demand. Sir, but if we have provision for cold atmosphere stores, CA stores, sir, so there can be a rationalization of the apple that is being sent into the market. So that's we have apple supply that is around the year. So that's farmers get a good price for it, sir.
You use the word CA store.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between CA store and cold store?
Sir, the controlled atmosphere store, sir, the cold store is only like, sir, the temperatures will be maintained at a certain level, so that respiration, so there is a respiration process in fruits which takes place, due to which, sir, it leads to their ripening. So the ethylene, sir, hormone is secreted, due to which the fruits ripens over time. So, but at CA stores, sir, the conditions are maintained in such a way so that, sir, apple, sir, usually, sir, the apple plucking time is in September and October. But, sir, if we are storing them in CA stores, sir, even if we take them out in March next year, so they will be very fresh and healthy.
You are trying to say that this is a big hall.
Yes,
The
sir.
same hall can be CA store and the same hall can be cold store.
Sorry, sir, I am not
If you
aware of
provide
the
the
technical.
facilities,
Yes,
as
sir.
you are saying, that,
Yes, sir.
so the same hall can be made CA store and the same hall can become cold store.
Sir, I have to read about the more technicalities about it.
Because we have shown it as hobbies, we have to be very particular. Because
Yes.
in that we make compact rooms. In
Yes.
one hall there will be several rooms and there is a provision of different gases, certain gases like this. Then you say that government is installing anti-hail gun.
Yes, sir.
Is installing or has abandoned this project?
Sorry, sir, I didn't get.
I mean, is the government installing, you say that government is installing anti-hail guns.
Yes, sir.
Is government still installing or or the project has been abandoned?
Sir, mostly, sir, it was placed during 2010-11, sir. Sir, sir, it has been abandoned mostly, sir, because the project didn't take after that, sir.
But you try to show it as if it is the initiative being taken by the government. So the government is installing.
Sorry, sir. I would have.
And then you see, if I am ready to sell more apple, you see in a box, say, instead of 20, I am ready to sell 25. If farmer is willing, why should government insist on universal pattern?
Sir, I think, sir, the farmers are not willing to sell the overproducer, because, sir, it is a loss to the farmers, sir. Because, sir, because
But you have to accept that farmers do that. They send that telescopic cartons.
yes, sir. Sir, it is because the farmers want to take the better price, sir. Because, sir, it is kind of forced upon them that if you carry 30 kgs of apple in a cart, sir, you will get a better price. But, sir, it is kind of forcing farmers to sell.
So it's a unhealthy competition that.
Yes, sir.
farmers-
Yes, sir.
Before they conclude, I just like to tell that two things I observed. One, you said coup in
Sorry,
Sudan. You talking about coup,
Yes, sir.
Sudan.
Yes, sir.
If you see, because Sudan is a very, is in current affairs.
Yes, sir.
these days.
Yes, sir.
So you have to ensure that the correct pronunciation is coup, not coup,
Okay, sir.
right? And then twice you used return back. So either it is return or came back, or
Okay, sir.
both cannot be returned.
Okay, sir.
I just observed because there can
Yes.
be question on Sudan, so please,
Okay,
you
sir.
have to be sure about it. Anything else?
Okay, one thing that sir noticed, who one point I also.
You can well.
But
Sir, thank you.
All the best. You're doing well, Dheeraj. Keep on.
Thank you, sir.